Okay, we're going to switch gears and take a hard right turn into college baseball. The Bedlam series is next weekend. Friday in Tulsa, Saturday and Sunday in Oklahoma City at the Brick. Great fun for all, but John Rohde, the stakes seem pretty high for OSU and maybe Oklahoma City.
Yeah, the place will be half empty or half full. The Big 12 tournament will be half empty if OSU doesn't make it. All the pressure's on them. It shouldn't be like this at OSU baseball. To not make the top 8 out of 10 teams in the Big 12, I didn't see this coming, Barry. They started out great in the early season, and I can't pinpoint it, pitching, but lack of hitting, both.
Yeah, I mean they got the two veteran pitchers back. They should have been as set as anybody for the Big 12, and just been a huge dud. And now they're 3 games back in the win column on Texas Tech. They got to make up 3 wins in the next 3 weeks. Tech's got 2 series, OSU 3. It's an uphill climb, and it's going to be disastrous for 2 entities: for the All Sports Association and selling tickets at the Brick if OSU's not there, because the Cowboy fans traditionally have really turned out well. And it's going to be disastrous for OSU and its program, because this is a program that is fighting, hasn't been to the College World Series since '99. Last year looked good. They had a home regional, didn't get out of the regional. Now may not even make it to Oklahoma City. It's a major step back for Oklahoma State baseball.
It's almost inexplicable, because they really did have good pitching going into the year. And you figure if you've got 2 good arms, 2 really legitimately good arms, which they do, you'd think, well, you just need to cobble together a third, or maybe a couple other guys that can help you out. If you've got that much pitching, you'd think that they would be in a much better spot. But now, people at the Brick, I was down at the Brick earlier this week, and John Allgood saying, man, I hope Oklahoma State does well in Tulsa on Friday night, so OSU fans turn out for that Saturday and Sunday game at the Brick. Because if they don't perform well on Friday night, there's a lot of OSU fans, I think, that are going to say, I'm not that interested in going to the Brick for 2 games that my team could lose. So people are definitely keeping an eye on Oklahoma State and how their fortunes turn these last couple of weeks.
3 games in 3 weekends. That doesn't sound insurmountable.
No.
Well, you got to pick up a game a week on Tech, but you're playing the same teams Tech's playing. You're playing each other. And both teams play K-State, plus the Cowboys have Bedlam. So basically you got to try to pick up a game a week is what it amounts to.
It's tough for OSU that they have to go to Tech, too. Going and winning in Lubbock, whether Tech's good, bad, or otherwise, is always tough. It's always a tough place to win. They've got the hecklers out there. It's just a lot of things going on when you go to Tech. And if they go out there needing to win or needing to maybe sweep that series to get to Oklahoma City, I think it's going to be really tough for them to pull that off.
For them to get in, they'd have to get hot. And if they get hot, whether they're the 8th seed or the 7th seed, just as long as they're in, that's a totally different makeup to that tournament. They're hot, OSU's still on top or near it. Totally different makeup. But if they don't make it, the balloon starts coming down.
Is it overstating things to say that Oklahoma State made the Big 12 tournament in Oklahoma City or made the Big 8 tournament? It's the reason why it became a big thing here.
Well, it certainly helped. There's no doubt about it. But in the early days, '76 was the first one, and they drew nice crowds at all sports without Gary Ward and his high-flying Cowboys. Oklahoma and Missouri were the cream of the crop that year, and they had nice crowds. But Oklahoma State certainly elevated it with their run. I would say the Bricktown Ballpark is what's made the Big 12. If it hadn't been for the Brick, we wouldn't still have the Big 12 tournament here.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, about Oklahoma State, you talk about cobbling together a third pitcher. Frank Anderson had some control over that in his own house. There was no cobbling together, and maybe he should have gone and bought the kid a car, like he said. I'm the only guy who can offer you a car. But there sits Brett Anderson. The other day he was pitching in Yankee Stadium, not so well, by the way. He made another start the other night, got nicked up a little bit. Wouldn't he look good right now in orange and black?
I wonder if he made the right decision. He could be a junior pitching at Lincoln, Nebraska in 32-degree weather in March, or I can pitch in the second week of Yankee Stadium's existence.
Even if you get hit around, I think you made the right call, Brett.
I don't know which way he went. I just can't figure it out.